And welcome back, everyone, to the Aussie takeover on mic, that is, of Squid Junction number 51. I'm liligravybread, and I'm joined by Amy. Amy Psycho. We'll be watching a rematch now in the grand finals between Mussel Up and Rabid. Oh my goodness, I'm looking forward to this one as we have seen them play each other previously in the tournament. Amy, what are you looking forward to here?
I am looking forward for the Rabid upset. Rabid, all guns Rabid. They're gonna win it. They're gonna take it up. There's not enough muscles in Mussel Up to compete here. But it looks like we're just waiting. We're gonna see what our maps up here are. We got two zones, a little bit of clan blitz, returning to the museum clan blitz, where we saw Rabid just then do a quick sneaky lead at the literally the last moment. Tower control, ship shape, and Raymaker Scorch. And Mako zones! Yes! We love some Mako zones here.
We do.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really exciting.
Oh, absolutely. It's interesting to see actually the first maps being exactly the same. First on zones and then on clamplets. So, depending on how each team reads each other playing this particular map could perhaps, I don't know, they might decide,
Maybe.
we're gonna maybe change up our strategy, do something a little bit different on the next one. So this is gonna be very interesting. I think maybe also in terms of like how these teams might be working almost like psychologically as to having like
is there going to be any
back.
damage? But we're heading into Zones Museum here. It'll be interesting to see if Rabid, learns from mistakes they made. They already have an idea, again, just playing with each other before, of a bit of like, their play style. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you're heading into grand finals not versing the team before, so you have no idea what you're heading into. But we are seeing the similar comps coming out here. The pencil from Sugawara and the trusty adept Slosher here. And, both team kind of a neutral zone here. Rabid's looking to kind of push through, but there is that paint output coming from
Sungura already, but it does look like 3 players went down to Mussel Up, giving Rabid the opportunity to take that zone for themselves. Adapt going down. Unfortunately, with those strikes, it does look like they're coming right back in with the help of their tactical. I believe
but that's
it does
a wipeout.
That
Hero
wipeout
absolutely stormed that left side there, with taking out 2 players, which is absolutely crucial, where the other teammates could just focus on the the off pickings of the rest, and establishing up already on their plat, jumping in, looking to take some picks here, working together. But Rabid's not letting them have it for free, that's for sure. But with just the ballpoint left and getting that pick on that inkjet,
Oh my god, they are flexing their muscles on Rabid at the moment. It does look like they are just taking complete control of their plat, making use of these walls as well, just to dodge those strikes coming out from Rabid. Rabid needs to find an opening back in, but Mussel Up is absolutely not letting them at the moment. However, we are seeing them perhaps just move back just a little bit, but the score is already going down to 10. It does look like if they can hold this, we might be seeing a sweep all the way from 100 to 0 in these last couple of seconds. It looks like we are seeing that very
Rabid
quick
is
knockout.
fighting for the zone, but it just wasn't enough. That inkjet was looking to apply some more pressure for them. That the paint output, absolutely insane. It's kind of interesting, Mussel Up had a wipeout, yet Rabid was didn't cap the zone at all in that period where they had the advantage early on in the game. So I wonder if they were just kind of
early on the game here. It does look like I think this was close to where Mussel Up had already gone. Like they kind of had like a bit of a soft wipe early on.
Oh, okay.
But Rabid did manage to play off of that, and they got wiped out, which is where Mussel Up was able to like really just
they did cap, my bad.
start their push. And not only did they manage to wipe them out that first time, but they got a second wipeout when Rabid was trying to come in on their defense, which I think just kind of like knocked them sideways, I think, and Mussel Up was able to like continue their constant forward pressure, their constant like taking exactly the right fights together up around Rabid's spinner to be able to make sure that like Rabid just couldn't find any way back into the zone to retake it.
Yeah, indeed. And we won't be saying goodbye to Museum for too long because it's back again for Clams. You know, Rabid's getting that. Muscle Up's got that flow now with that first win under their belt. Only 2 more to go. The finish line is within sights for them. I'm sure Rabid won't let it go down without a strong fight. But considering that back to that they played together before, and Rabid's already got this loss behind them from Mussel. I think like morale and like kind of team spirit is very like crucial part in playing competitive of any game. But I know from my own experience, you want to try and get into that flow. You want to get into that sync, because the compounding pressure of a couple of losses here and there can break that, and you won't be playing your hardest and your fightiest and your bitiest.
Yeah, Rabid is definitely going to be having to take some bites on Mussel Up, and I'm hoping to see them see how they might be able to adapt to what Mussel Up was able to in that first game, because I know that I've seen sets before between teams where even if there's like a hugely quick knockout in the first game, the other team might adapt to that and actually very quickly move the tides in, or change the tides in favor of them as well. So I'm hoping we might see something interesting happen here, because we are going back to the same map. I'm slightly nervous that we might see the same thing go on, but I expect to see something a little bit different. It does look like, however,
ooh, I see the blaster come out. Maybe they're taking a leaf blaster, out of Boat Party there with that blaster coming through here. But no change on Mussel Up's comp here, and we're seeing a quick establishment of Mussel Up in mid, but going down with a pick quite quickly there. They've got Rabid's got Tacticaler up and forcing.
They might be running a push.
Yeah, they're forcing. We're seeing this quick early push from Rabid like we saw last time. A couple of picks going down there.
Unfortunately, it does look like that Mussel Up kind of goes down with their power climb. They don't have any clams online. Rabid is going to be breaking the barrier first, getting that first push of the game in.
What's going on for ages?
I know, I love seeing really long 1v1s as well. They can be quite funny. It does look like Rabid is continuing this push. 2 players have gone down. They have the Zuka online whenever their team comes back in. Remember, they are running double Zuka here actually, which can be a great choice, especially if you're fighting up against Sangura's backline as well.
Half was able to kind of sneakily push up that box. They were sharking on the edge of it, and weren't noticed, able to get them. That there was an extra 15 clams there go through. 15 points, sorry. Taking that first push down to 38. Huge pressure on Mussel Up here to continue. We're seeing that Rabid bite back. They're not giving up. They've got this.
Yeah, we might be seeing Mussel Up actually moving up ahead and playing off the back of this crab tank as they begin to take control over the plat, but they might be going down. And for actually staying alive, I believe, with holding that power clam, I was kind of nervous for a second if they didn't move back quick enough. That suction bomb might have taken them out when they were zookering, just trying to create the opening for themselves. But
and
I
do
think
have
they
another zook to provide some more pressure there against Rabid here. And they're just kind of looking for that, that opening, that chance, that golden moment just to get through. The squeezer does unfortunately go down, but we do see another Zook coming through. They've got 2, potentially 3 power clams on here. With the crab applying that extra pressure, it's just about getting that power clam in. It can be quite hard with the spinner kind of tossing around. Oh no, they've missed the jump over the step, but they're going for it again, and they do break that barrier.
Yeah, a couple of power clams in right there and push the score all the way down to 48. So if they can actually get any plays back in, we might be seeing a lead switch. But I think that Rabid is actually being able to shut off the rest of that push already, even though that Mussel Up has quite a lot of control of the middle of the map as well. So Mussel Up can actually come back in very quickly and with a lot of strength. to be able to actually create another push going for themselves. It looks like they're looking for the opportunity right now with the tactical coming out, but
yeah, so they're kind of getting ready for that push.
Adapt is coming out trying to prevent anything from happening right now. Looking around these picks, getting caught up in the middle of all those power clamps right now, unfortunately going down.
No ink to move in.
Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. It looks like we are seeing a Rabid jump out at the moment. They know that they are just going to be playing defense here, but unfortunately it does look like for them, Mussel Up has managed to get another power climb in, and with players going down on Rabid, Mussel Up is going to have to find their way back into the to get. Oh my goodness, it does look like actually.
Yeah,
as we saw that wipeout happen
on Rabid's side.
As we saw the wipeout happen, yeah.
Well, I mean, the use of all their specials there to just try and get those picks, you know. Rabid is down 2 players again. They've got the power clam in, and they just need a few more clams and 1 more to take lead. Picking up the pity there for Rabid so they can have an extra one. And there they go. They've got their clams together. And it's such a sneaky move. I always find myself, you know, forgetting that you can kind of use the protection of that pillow / squishy on that side to just lob a few more clams in and get that lead.
It is, and we did see the lead switch happen there from Mussel Up, and see how much presence they have over the map at the moment. But Rabid is gonna have to find a way back in, biting back, as you say. It does look like they are going to be contested by the Crab Tank, and also Sangura taking like a keen eye out into the middle of the map, just trying to stop anyone from being able to move back in. I gotta say, like, having the Crab Tank and Sangura on the pencil looking out over the middle of the map is definitely going to be slowing them down as we go into the last couple of seconds, but they are getting that bubble, and the Zuka come out does look like they managed to open the basket at the moment. If they're able to get all these clams online, they don't have any clams left, actually.
They're 2 down, but that Zap does have that cooler. They're picking up some more clams. It's just the Zap kind of pushing in here. We are seeing a sneaky... The Zap does go down, and it looks like that push will be over from Rabid with the blaster. Desperate last pleas of, you know, jumping in. Can they make an opportunity there? A great match we saw. Yeah, I want to kind of note, you know, when Mussel Up was having their second push, they kind of they made a great decision in being like, okay, this push is dead. Let's retreat back to mid. Let's hold mid. And even though, you know, we saw Rabid push back into mid, because they were able to sustain their life and, you know, make the decision of what is worth it, what isn't worth it. You know, they were able to quickly get back into mid and had specials online to sustain.
Yeah, for sure. Mussel Up. Actually, we're seeing that really good defense happening there at the moment, which helped Mussel Up get their first push in the game as well. I think that this was the time where I was thinking, okay, you know what, Mussel Up, especially with the pencil that they have, they probably, like, this is where I thought, okay, you know, I think Mussel Up is gonna actually be able to continue their really strong presence, because I know that in the previous game, as soon as they got into this situation, they just kept it up. They just kept it up right until the very end, which I think is what happened here again. Although Rabid being able to take those pushes earlier on in the game as well, and to be able to really contest Mussel Up's presence, I thought was like a really fantastic, like, ability to adapt against what Mussel Up did in the very first game. But we are going to be moving on to a different map now. It is still going to be zones, so it is still going to be like, you know, like who can paint the square the most.
Who's got the paint?
Who's got the paint? Who's got the control?
Yeah,
but we are going to be
it kind of
we are going to be seeing perhaps an opportunity for a reverse sweep. What were you saying about Rabid?
We're too polite to each other, Lily. We're like, no, you talk. No, you talk. It's a lot of pressure on Rabid in terms of, like, you know, they have to win the rest of the matches to secure that win. Whereas, you know, Mussel Up sitting in a pretty comfortable position. You know, if they drop one, that's okay. They win it. They win this next one. They're good and golden. And we kind of know that zones is sort of an advantage to, I believe, Mussel Up. with their painting factor here. But there is a junior on Rabid's side, and so I have faith, I have hope that Bubble is doing God's work there, but not enough work. I just love seeing a junior in Mako zones. What can I say?
Me too, I love seeing a junior as well. I do think that like definitely helped them to be able to get that early lead, but only managed to push down to 80. The junior down at the moment, but they do have 3 specials online, so we are going to hopefully be seeing them being able to move in off these specials. But the thing about how we've seen Rabid in previous games is that once they use up those specials, they need to be able to take control again, which they do right here. They managed to get the lead, not the lead, the zone back for them, and hopefully if they can keep these fights going in their favor, we might be able to see even a lead switch happen, but they still need to get these points down before they do that. Sungura has got something for the rest of their team to be able to help them push back, and it does look like they are going to be getting a pick there on half. Hopefully if they can move back in, they might be able to even take the lead back for them. But Rabid is still going to be continuing their strong fight all the way down to a score of 44.
Yeah, and you know, they're trying to hold it on here. They are down 3 players with that Slosher trying to do their best to find a pick in a tough situation there. You know, Rabid's going to be looking to build up specials, trying to find something to fight with here. We see the Zook coming out, trying to get back some control on their flat. There is a flank happening on Mussel upside, which I think goes poorly for them. And it's just about waiting and using that all together. Tactical are online, and in that Bubble taking up that good space there. The shot trying to contest it a little bit here, but it's a 1 point difference at the moment. With,
yes, I almost expected to see a lead switch here, but it does look like Rabid is coming back really strong. We're seeing a flank happen as well, as the Dapple kind of already pushed ahead, getting a pick, but 2 players have gone down, and there's that wipeout. Mussel Up is going to be moving up ahead. Seeing Sungura set up on their stack as well, just being helped out as well by the Zuka there, just making sure they have a sharp eye out for any places Rabid might be coming out to push out from.
That shot is going in deep and going in hard, absolutely taking out 2 players there, you know, taking out the shot 2 on the top right, and it's kind of pushed Rabid into this corner. You know, the lead switch has happened. All Mussel Up needs to do is hold the zone, and they will be on their way to victory. Whoa! That was an insane Zook! And in an instant, it flipped back over!
That Zuka plus the zone flip, this is what Rabid really wants to be doing right now, just to be able to play off what advantage they have, not just from that Zuka wipeout, but hopefully from being able to push back up ahead as well. They're going to have to fight up against this crab tank as well, and what I want to see them do is be able to take out Sungura on the pencil, because whenever Sungura is able to take control of the Rabid's plat, then it's just so much more difficult for Rabid to be able to move back in. But Rabid still has control here. We can see Adapt camping these ledges, trying to make sure that it's too dangerous for anyone from Mussel Up to be able to move back in. But 1 player has gone down on either side. 2 players down on Rabid, but the zone was in their favor just for a moment, not being able to do a huge amount as Rabid managed to take back the zone. The crab tank coming out on Mussel Up once again.
Yeah, so even though that zone did unfortunately flip right when they just got rid of that penalty, Rabid was able to pretty quickly retake mid, and we're seeing the use of these cross Zukas come out, but Mussel Up is taking that zone with them there with the last 30 seconds. They're going to be looking to try and build up some pressure. They're 2 down with the splash respawning, which means they were tactical, so they will be close to a crab soon coming back in. Rabid managing to turn that zone over. Yeah, so like these stacks here on the left and right, which I think you're referring to as plats, but they're actually I think it's normally known as stacks. Yeah, they're really key areas to control. That's alright.
I must have misspoken. Yeah. Anyway, so it does look like. Did Mussel Up win that? I was looking through those last few seconds. Those last few seconds, knowing that okay, Rabid has to find a way back in using their specials. They were able to come in and play off their Zukas before, but with the help of Sungara and also the amount of paint that Mussel Up was able to get, it does look like, unfortunately, every time that Rabid managed to cap the zone and get through those penalty points, Mussel Up was just able to come back in and get those penalty points right back for Rabid, just slowing down any opportunity he had to get a lead on them at the moment.
Yeah, if we look here across to the zone, we see that amazing, the Zooks have just been insane, especially with the double Zook coming out here, forcing Mussel Up off the zone, but they're able to kind of quickly recover and, punish the players that are trying to take up space, holding their stack here. But like, if you look here, great job on Rabid here, establishing some paint on the stacks. You need to be painting before you're moving into a space, because otherwise you're kind of just leaving yourself to be punished by not having any ink to move in.
Yeah, and that was that wipeout 2 minutes in the game. That was that wipeout 2 minutes in the game that definitely like secured Mussel Up having that ability to move in. But you know what? I think that like it's not just the wipeout. It's being able to like get into those positions and having Songara set up as often as possible on the on Rabid stack. That was where it was very difficult for Rabid to be able to push back in from, because like whenever I've played against Pencil, it's always been like, oh man, if I get into the Pencil line of fire, that little aim laser, then they can just like track me and get like they can just like press the button twice and just like take me out. It's very
especially
annoying.
If they have a teammate to, maybe if they only hit one shot,
teammate
to sweep it up. Exactly.
It's such a good weapon just for those, just for that ability to be able to follow up on kills as well. It's not like one of those charges where you can just take one player out just immediately as well. Anyway, that is going to be it for Squid Junction 51. Congratulations, Mussel Up.
Yeah, congratulations. Well deserved. I'm sure they'll be taking an ice bath to have a relax after that intensive sweaty workout we just saw on the screens here tonight.
Absolutely, but like, not to say that Rabid didn't give us a strong show as well. So congratulations to all teams actually who played in this tournament. This has been absolutely so much fun to watch. So much fun to commentate as well. Thank you also to the TOs as well. But as we wrap up, Amy, where can we find you on the internet?
So I stream regularly on Twitch, Amy Syker, as you see on the screen, and on Twitter as well. You can find my silly little posts as well. And where can we find you, Lily?
I also stream on Twitch at liligravybread on Twitter, but that name for both websites as well. You can find me. That's LILI gravybread, all one word. That's going to be it from us. We'll see you again later.
This was the Australian Takeover. Bye bye.